Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex. I am solo today. Jay is off doing his thing, closing some very important deals, making some big moves. He'll be back with us again tomorrow. But for now, I have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles this Wednesday, September 10th. Now, today, we'll be talking about the prison sentence handed down to one of Thailand's most influential political figures. Take a guess who? A new movement calling for a unified cannabis law in Thailand. Could be wishful thinking, but why not? And a little later, we have some serious flooding news from Bangkok and beyond. Before we get into it, though, please remember to subscribe to the Thaiger to stay up to date on all things Thailand. And I got a few plugs, all right? Of course, the one, the only, the Fazwas. Bam, right over there in the corner. Those guys make this show possible. They are the #1 real estate portal in Thailand. If you want to buy, rent, or sell a property, they are your go-to team. They'll help you with every step of the way, navigating what can be a very difficult bureaucracy here in Thailand. They have all the answers for you over there. All right, not the only thing. It's comedy shows. Hi. All right, pull the first one up. Tonight, guys, is our regular Whiskars Wednesday, where you see some newer comics, some veteran comics getting up on the stage and trying out some old material and new material, like making it work so that you have good jokes and maybe some cringe, but we'll have some fun either way. And I have these amazing drink tickets. It's a little 2-for-1s. So everybody who shows up for the show, on a first-come, first-served basis, I will be able to improve the bang for your buck for your drinking for the evening. But that's tonight, Wednesday at Whiskars. Door 7:30, shows at 8. Not the only thing, I want to remind you to follow my comedy page, and that's LLL Comedy, Triple L Comedy, because I have a giveaway for you. If you go to this page, LLL Comedy on Instagram, and you see this post, pop it up, Tom, you'll see the information for the upcoming Paul Morrissey shows in Bangkok and in Pattaya. All you need to do is when you see this post, just leave a comment, and I will then and tag somebody that you want to come with you to the show. And on a first-come, first-served basis, I will be sending you your free ticket for either the Bangkok show on September 26th or the Pattaya show on September 27th. So, please, it's free. And then I will see you at the show as your wonderful host. All right, done with the plugs. Moving on to our first story. Thaksin has been ordered to serve a 1-year term after fake hospital stay. Tisk tisk. Some say fake it till you make it. Well, he didn't make it. Thailand Supreme Court has ruled that former Prime Minister Thaksin must serve 1 year in prison after it was determined that his extended hospital stay was not medically justified. The court found that his 6 months in a hospital could not be counted towards his sentence since his health condition did not meet the criteria for urgent necessity. This is where you just get your roommate to shiv you. Come on, Thaksin. It's oldest trick of the book. Anyways, this verdict represents a significant setback for Thaksin and his family, who remain influential in Thai politics, of course. Judges stress that privileges cannot be used to avoid legal accountability. The decision highlights the court's strict stance on ensuring equal treatment under the law. All right, so everybody was making fun of this during the saga where he came back. He was sentenced to a very long prison sentence. He went to the hospital instead and was out in a matter of months. When the Supreme Court is ruling, well, justice must still be served. The 1 year in prison is certainly much less than what he was initially sentenced for as well. But yeah, this would be tarnishing of the Shinawat's family's influence on Thai politics, and it seems like it's already gone down a lot considering Pheu Thai is now on the outside looking in with this current government. We'll see if they'll be able to rebound for the elections that are coming up within the coming months. All right. Tony, I see you in those comments. I will address that later, but well said. All right. Still in the realm of politics, an MP from the People's Party gets nearly 3 years in jail for defaming the crown. So, Chonticha, a member of parliament for the People's Party in Pathum Thani, has been sentenced to 2 years and 8 months in prison under Thailand's lèse-majesté law. The court ruled that her online comments were defamatory toward the monarchy, violating both Royal Defamation and Computer Crime Act. This case reflects Thailand's firm legal stance on protecting the royal institution. Yeah, don't say anything bad, apparently, because the ruling also signals continued limitations on the freedom of expression in digital spaces. So, yeah, she'll be appealing this, of course. I think that's the natural move, and because nobody wants to go to jail. But it does really highlight the fact that this is the line, right? Like, this is the area where nobody can sort of step over, no matter your position of power. Of course, the People's Party were the ones who were, when it was Move Forward Party, they were the ones that were trying to advocate for changes to this law and maybe more leniency as well. So it kind of makes sense that they would be targeted for the application of this law too. That being said, it's hard to play the political game from the inside of a cell. So anyways, fair warning. Fair warning to all of the politicians out there. No matter who is in power, this law is certainly going to be enforced. All right. Well, that'll do it for our political news. Well, I guess maybe. I got a weird one for you guys. We're heading over to see about a van that was laden with 119 explosive sticks found near the Chiang Mall. So authorities in Chiang Rai discovered a suspicious van that had been parked near a shopping mall for over 6 months. There's not any urgency on that explosion. And it contained 119 sticks of explosives. The prolonged presence of the vehicle raised alarm before police confirmed its dangerous contents. Investigators are now working to determine where the explosives came from and whether criminal groups were involved. Fortunately, there were no immediate incidents linked to the discovery. The case has brought more concerns about unattended vehicles and the risk they may pose to public safety. Especially if you fill them with dynamite or whatever. So this is a really weird story to me, because usually when we hear about like IEDs or something like that, it's more in the south. This is up north. And, it was in a car that was sitting there for 6 months, abandoned, more or less. So what was the plan with this? Who would stockpile this? What would have been the purpose? And why was it just left to sit there? I don't know what to tell you guys. These are all the details that we have right now, but I'll try to keep my eye on this. Sometimes stories like this just sort of like pop up and disappear. There might not ever be an explanation, considering, I'd like to know who the car is registered to. They got to have that information, right? Anyways, we'll see if the trail leads to anything, but fortunately, no explosions. Good. All right. Well, back into the realm of politics. Excuse me. I thought I was done. We're not, but we're talking about the green stuff. And I, of course, mean cannabis. There is now a movement to push for a balanced, unified cannabis law in Thailand. Do we think it will happen? Maybe with a Newton in power. Cannabis advocates are urging Thai lawmakers to introduce a fair and transparent legal framework that protects all groups, including consumers, businesses, minors, and non-users. They argue that current regulations lack clarity and could encourage monopolistic practices, concentrating power among a few players. Without reform, the cannabis market may fail to meet its potential for both health and economic development. Supporters want laws that balance public health with business opportunities. Their call emphasizes the need for unity and fairness across the country's evolving cannabis sector. Yeah, so I talk a lot with people in the cannabis industry. This is usually, we've done a lot of work with them, but social media has really limited the ability for people to educate and inform about whatever services they're trying to offer. And Thailand has been very wishy-washy about what laws and how it's actually going to enforce its cannabis laws. So I think the concerns there are valid. Risk of monopolization, right? Like during these regulatory, enforcement, of course, if there are bad actors, take them out. But there are plenty of people that are just trying to follow the law, whatever it is that day, and make sure. Like I have obviously shows in cannabis. I do shows in cannabis dispensaries all the time. They would rather shut down than be caught breaking the rules just because they don't know what the rules are. So I agree with this. I think if we have a very clear law on the books where we are making sure that everybody is protected, the businesses, the customers, and of course the non-customers of minors, non-smokers, that kind of a thing, the faster we can move on from what shouldn't be a very controversial thing, considering the cannabis dominoes are falling around the world and other countries are figuring out how to do it, keeping everybody safe. All right. Tie my shoes. Yeah, we'll see about the concentrates. No gummies anymore. Concentrates not really allowed. But still, if you're traveling to Thailand, there are legal ways to get your green for sure. All right. Our next story. We have a lot going on underwater today. And our first one is a bit of a dramatic incident. A foreign couple survives unscathed after their SUV plunges into Phuket waters. It must have been a foggy night or something like that. A foreign couple narrowly escaped harm when their SUV slid into the sea at a Phuket yacht marina. Driving on the docks, apparently. The accident, which occurred on September 7th, was caught on video and quickly spread across social media platforms. The footage was widely shared by boat operator groups before reaching large news outlets online. Here we are. Despite the frightening incident, both individuals walked away without injuries. The viral video has since generated public astonishment and concern. Yeah, that's one of my nightmares, I think. Just driving off into, what an insane, anti-gravity feeling that must be. Watch where you're driving, people. I don't know what to tell you, especially, if you're a tourist, you're in a rental car, you're probably not familiar with the sensitivities, especially driving in a marina. Not many places you can end up besides the water. But fortunately, these two came out unscathed. Hopefully, they have some good insurance. We'll see. Google Maps strikes again, as Mark says. Oh, actually, you know what? Why don't we do a quick Fazwaz break? And then we'll get back into it, guys. 1 second. All right. And thank you, Fazwaz, for sponsoring the show here at the Thaiger. Good morning, Fazwaz. We should change the name of the show. All right, moving on. Our next story is about the flooding that has been ravaging a lot of Thailand, including here in Bangkok. An MRT station flooded after a construction fault, and the AIA is set to cover repairs. So, Bangkok's Cultural Center MRT station experienced flooding on September 5th. Sorry, we're a little late to this news, due to a construction error during ongoing works. The Mass Rapid Transit Authority confirmed that the damages will be covered by insurer AIA. While operations were disrupted, officials stressed that the flooding stemmed directly from contractor mistakes. We got to stop cheaping out on these public works, people. This highlights the importance of safety and accountability in large-scale infrastructure projects. So, yeah, look, it's pretty common flooding in Bangkok. We see it all the time. I'm wondering how exactly they were able to determine it was construction rather than just, you got what you paid for, which may have had some corners cut. So I don't know who's vetting these infrastructure projects, right? Like, the government is supposed to be regulating. They're the ones signing the contracts, right? So they should be able to verify that whatever work is being done is up to the standards that they've paid for, ostensibly. Or is some of that money just disappearing into some pockets? I don't know. But now, I don't know how this affects the business, too. Do they go bankrupt? Because that's a lot of, all the flooding and the damages and having to go in there. And maybe if they saved money by cutting corners the first time, they might have more to work with now. But for now, it seems like the insurance company is going to be picking up the bill rather than the company at fault. Time will tell. Anyway, stay safe there. All right. Let's see. Our last story of the day. Is this our last story? It's my last story, I think. Okay. Bit of a spooky one, I gotta say. All right. A 2-meter crocodile was spotted roaming Rayong during floods. Scary stuff. Residents of Rayong were shocked to see a 2-meter crocodile roaming a flooded roadway in Nikom Patana district. The reptile's unexpected appearance added to fears in a region already grappling with severe flooding. Wildlife entering residential areas has become a growing concern during periods of heavy rain and habitat overflow. Local officials are expected to handle the situation carefully to protect both residents and the animal, but the incident does illustrate the broader impact of natural disasters on communities and wildlife alike. Yeah, scary. This is a big issue, obviously, when the floods come. That kind of expands where the amphibious predators are able to... Reptilian? I might have gotten that wrong, but where they are able to reach, and that of course is closer to human communities. Make sure your dogs are safe, everybody. I used to live in Florida, so this was a big issue. We had alligators all the time, we had flooding all the time, and then they would end up in places they weren't supposed to be. So do be careful, be mindful about what might be lurking in those floodwaters, because they could take a bite out of you. Yeah, not to mention the snakes and stuff. Jeez. Stay safe. All right, I'm going to be counting my blessings that I work in an office building in the middle of the city, and my likelihood of crocodile attack is probably pretty low, but then again, it's never zero, is it? All right. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for the news show today. Thank you for tuning in to Good Morning Thailand, everybody. Please come back again with us tomorrow. Jay will be back. But in the meantime, you can go to thetiger.com to stay up to date on all sorts of news articles that are not covered here on the main YouTube channel. You can also go to ASEANnow.com to stay in the conversation. It is Thailand's largest expat forum where the conversation continues. Pardon my uhs and ums. Not only that, shoot me. This is what happens when I don't have somebody to bounce stuff off of. I end up umming and ahhing a lot more. Social media. We got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X. There, stop myself there. But you can find all sorts of content you wouldn't normally see here on the main channel. And comedy. Don't forget, Whiskars, blah, 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 all that stuff. All right, I'm done with the plugs. I am now going to get into the live comments because this is a live show as well, 9:30 a.m. every weekday. And then, now we'll see the live viewers right now.
If you like that story, please like and subscribe. And for more Thailand news, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at The Thaiger, or you can go to thetiger.com and join the conversation.